Hi guys, it's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and today's going to be another one of those Thanksgiving prep videos while I'm making supper and doing my regular household stuff while getting ready for Thanksgiving this upcoming weekend. Mr. Mays is here with me today, and yeah, right now I just thought I'd chit-chat with you for a few minutes because I need to strain this salt pork. I'm making a boiled dinner for supper tonight. I know I did I showed you how I did this on my St. Patrick's Day, one of my specials or whatever, but I'm just going to quickly go over it again, just because, just for skaz. I just want to show you, these buckets of pork riblets were on sale this week for $9.99, so we got 2 buckets of pork salt ribs. They're cured in brine. And what I do, let me just tip you over a little bit. They're just soaking in water there. I put them in cold water with ice last night and to soak overnight. They're just like big ribs, pork ribs. Salty though. So you got to soak them overnight to get some of the salt off of it. I'm going to take these out and just give them a quick rinse because you don't want all the salt to be gone. Alright, I'm going to do a little camera magic because we got stuff to do today. Mr. Mays is all up in my grill. Aren't you, Mays?
It's fun to lift this up, Mom.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's do the potatoes. There you have it. On to the carrots. Ta-da! Alright guys, I thought I'd chit-chat with you while I finish up chopping up some of these vegetables. If you've never made a boiled dinner, it's a nice hearty meal full of like root vegetable things and salty meat. That's what it is. So, this is just an old potato bag. I'm going to do the cabbages next. Watch out, Bob, I need that chair, darling. And I need another glove. So, yeah, Thanksgiving. Well, let me just jibber jabber to get me rolling. My husband's gone to Halifax. Well, he left yesterday. He'll be back tomorrow. So, I had a date night with myself last night after I got the kids to bed. Now, usually I'm exhausted and we go to sleep, and that last night was no different. But I rarely get a night to myself. So I stayed up to almost midnight, which, you know, it's not super late, but it's late for me because I get up early in the morning, running wild with the kids and stuff. Anyways, I'm a big fan of American Horror Story, the TV show, and I've only watched up to, I watched, I think, 4 seasons. So the last one I watched was Freak Show, about the circus and stuff. So last night I started watching Hotel, season Hotel. So I'm only, and each episode's like an hour, so they're not just willy-nilly. I ended up watching one. Just taking the core out of the cabbage. Anyway, so far so good, and I was actually up bright and early this morning to get the kids off to school. And I'm going to leave it that way. And Maze was still sleeping, so I watched episode 2 with my coffee. And that's so rare for me, guys. I really hardly ever watch TV. I watch YouTube, you know, throughout the day. Because I can watch 10-minute videos at a time and still get my housework done. But yeah, I watched episode 2. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, is watch another episode or 2. Are any of my friends out there a fan of American Horror Story? I'm just throwing this cabbage and stuff in my big water bath canner. It's filled with cold water with the potatoes and carrots. because we're not cooking these now. It's only 10:45 in the morning, but I'm getting this prep work done so I can focus on some other things today. And it's not going to hurt for those vegetables to stay in cold water. Yeah, any other fans out there of American Horror Story? I actually want to watch, I watched Game of Thrones, but I haven't seen season 7, like the last season. I know, I'm behind, guys, for you GOT people. But I actually ordered the Blu-ray of that, and I still haven't watched it. My dear mom, who's in heaven now, I got her into that, and she actually watched all the way up until this new season, so hopefully in heaven she can still see what's going on in that show. I don't know. But anyways, that's another one I want to watch. I won't get to that today, of course, because I still got, I think, 10 episodes of American Horror Story to watch. Something else I've been watching lately was, well, the past couple of days, well, 2 days, and I watch it on my phone. I know some people are like, you can't watch things on your phone. I watch stuff on my phone all the time. It's like a British show. It's called Hinterland, and I've never heard of it before, but it's really good. It's like a murder mystery kind of show, and each show is like an hour and 40 minutes. It's like a movie, but there's only 4 shows in a season, and there's 2 seasons on Canadian Netflix. I don't know what it's like in the States. I don't even know if you get it, guys, but if you get it, it's worth checking out if you're into those kind of things. I really like where it's filmed. I think it's supposed to be in Wales, but it looks a lot like home, a lot of the places. Looks like up in Cape Breton and things like that, so just throwing it out there. Anyways, back to Thanksgiving, Tracy. I gotta focus on what I'm saying. This seems like a lot of stuff, but this is a popular meal in our household. I haven't made it since March, since St. Patrick's Day, but it's funny, last year my son, when he turned 15, whenever it's the kid's birthday, they can pick what's for supper, and this is what he picked. He loves this stuff, loves it. So anyways, yesterday was a busy day. I know I was talking about what I was watching on TV, but I actually got the Chesterfield moved over, the love seat over into the TV room, so that wall space is done. And just getting that stuff moved and cleaning under the couch and all that kind of stuff. It's stuff that I don't do all the time, so it was nice to get a fresh clean. I do more stereotypical spring cleaning in the fall. Honestly, I do. Anyway, so that was moved. I think, yeah, I took pictures, so check these pictures out. And then another thing I did, and I forgot to take pictures, guys. I'm sorry, but I did. I cleaned the stairwell going up to the second landing. And what I had there at the very bottom of the steps is one of those plastic 3 drawers, and I used that for the baby boy clothes. Because whenever I get them up in the morning, I bring them downstairs and, you know, get them dressed downstairs and all that kind of stuff. It was easy just to keep the clothes there. But over time, clothes were hanging out of it, going up the steps, so we had to walk around it and all that stuff. And on one of the steps, I had another couple of boxes of the baby girl clothes. So anyways, long story short, that's all cleared away. Looks nice and neat and bare and minimal. I sorted the baby's clothes. Oh geez, I don't know if this pot's going to be big enough. I certainly need more water though. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave that other cabbage for now. I can fry that up with a supper or something.
What's that?
Yeah, that's kind of big. It's like a big knot. Anyways, I got that cleared away, and I cleared the upstairs landing, which is a huge, huge thing for me. There's only one last thing I have to do up there, is hang up a couple things on the walls. So that's a big thumbs up for me. I'm doing stuff ass backwards because I wasn't planning on doing that for another day or two. But
Yeah, Mom.
I'm just going with the flow and whatever. Oh, jeez. This is heavy. This is a turnip. I know some of you call it rutabaga, but I call it turnip. And it's a big one. I thought I'll get a big one instead of 2 little ones. But we'll just get this cut up. When you make boiled dinner, or at least here, I don't know if everybody does this. I don't know who eats this, but I know we eat it, and our family eats it. Extended family eats it. Marquise does. Yes, he does. Cut the core out. The little knob on the end. Anyways, what I plan to do today, once I get this rolling, is break out the dishes, you know, the serving dishes. My flatware set that I use, that it was a gift to us years ago. And get all that stuff washed. Let me just sit down here, my dogs are barking, guys. I have that salt pork ribs over there on the stove. It's turned on high, boiling. I'll boil it for at least an hour, hour and a half. Then I'm going to test the broth. I'll just taste it to see if it's too salty. And if it is, I'll pour some off and add some more clear water. What I did though, I did reserve some of that salty brine water in my potato pot. Because sometimes I cook more vegetables separate if I can't get this all in the big stock pot, which I don't think I will. I'll add some of that to another big stock pot and with the brine and some clear water and boil it up that way. But I say the brine, it's the water that it sat in last night. It's not the brine that it came in, but it'll be still salty. Right now it's salty, bloody water, so I need to boil it before I add some vegetables to it because I don't want to add vegetables to raw bloody water. But yeah, I told my husband I'm making this. He's like, oh, you're making that because I'm in Halifax? I said, no, it's just, it was out in the porch, and it's getting cold in the porch. I enjoy that because I use it as my second fridge. Honestly, I do. In the winter and stuff, I can put stuff out there, and it's as cold or colder than the fridge. I'm going to strain and rinse all these vegetables again after before I cook with them. I like to chunk up. I don't cut it up small. Like they're nice and big, chunky. Chunky monkey. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to break those dishes out and wash them. I might bring the tables up or get my teenager to bring the tables up from the basement. I'm not going to set them up today. But I can tell you, my kids were so excited, the girls, were so excited when they got home yesterday because the playroom's a great big empty room. And the TV room has 2 couches in there now. And I moved the little lazy boy chair over to the corner. And it's just, it's kind of neat. It's different. So, anyways, I said to my husband, there'll be plenty of this when you get back, because he'll be back tomorrow. And, jeepers creepers. I just chunk it up however you want to chunk it up. Make sure you peel the skin off of it. Yeah, I got some more RSVPs to the dinner. I forgot to read off, if you guys watched my first Thanksgiving prep one with me chatting while I was making meatloaf. I'll read off the invite here in a second with some. Let me see here real quick. And I know in that video I said it's kind of like Halloween themed in the sense our Thanksgiving is around Halloween time. You know what I mean? It's I know in the States it's more Christmas time. Okay. It's okay. You can pick it up, babe. Hey folks, I know it's late, but better late than never. Our big fat Thanksgiving is next Saturday, October 7th.
What I need to?
Well, you have to hold your horses. Grub time is at 5, but you know how we roll, and there's lots of food beforehand. So feel free to come a bit early if you want to. And 'tis the season for ghosts and goblins, so feel free to dress up spooky style. If you can please RSVP, but come anyways if you forget. Hope you can make it. Happy October Eve.
Well,
Tracey.
What is it?
It's over here, hon. It rolled over there. He dropped a potato. Anyways, that was my invitation to a slew of people. Oh, I gotta go out in the shop and unplug a car battery. It's been charging 24 hours. I put the reminder on my phone so I don't forget. But I gotta finish this first.
You, Mom?
Thanks, babe. What a good boy.
You, Mom?
Ah, why is there potatoes all over the floor? Anyways, and my daughter stopped by yesterday too with a whole bunch of treat bag stuff because her baby shower is not this Friday, it's the Friday after next. Friday the 13th. Because her baby is due on Halloween. You gotta have a baby shower on Friday the 13th if you can. Spooky, right? Anyways, she had stopped to some stores up the valley. She had to go up and get some special light bulbs for her dragons. And she stopped there, so I have to put some of those together. She snapped a couple photos, so I'll ask her to send them to me. And I'll add them right here. Anyways, I'm going to finish this up. I'll bring you along, or I'll show you some of the dishes, me prepping for that, but I'm going to get it all washed. I think I'm going to dedicate, oh, for heaven's sakes, I have so much on the go. I'm not complaining, but I'm just trying to map out what I'm going to do. Tomorrow I have to take the van down the French shore to Matagan to get some winter tires on it. Brand spanking new winter tires. I'm excited. We haven't had new tires in a couple of years, and tires are expensive, guys. They are, but in Nova Scotia, and in lots of part of the world, but I think all of Canada, you need to get winter tires in the winter, or before winter, before the snow flies anyways, because the roads can get slippery real fast in the blink of an eye. And anyways, I gotta be down there for 9 o'clock in the morning, but my eldest daughter offered to watch Mr. Mays for me because the babies won't be with me. They'll be doing their thing and the kids will be at school. So I'm going to drop him off on my way down there. I think I'll bring you guys along. And we're going to get some winter tires. I don't know if we're going to get studded tires or not. They're a little more expensive. I like studded tires, but I don't know. I'll talk to my husband, see what he says. He's more of a car guy. I'm not a car person or a van person. I'm as long as I can get the A or B person. I don't care what it looks like or how it sounds or anything like that. So, anyways, I'm just going to chunk up big chunks of onion. Just so everything's kind of the same size. I'm going to fill this pot up too with some water. Some more water. Because that's full. And I didn't even put all 2 cabbages in. My son's going to be like, tisk, tisk, Mom. He loves cabbage. But I can cook that up after with some more brine if I don't get all these vegetables in. So, anyways, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm out on the porch now. I was just about to go get them. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to show my friends this terrible, terrible mess. But this is going down to my basement, okay? This was a whole landing when we moved in. So I put some of these shelves here, and this is where I keep my slow cookers. My turkey roaster. This is a mess now because I've been canning like crazy. I have an extra 4-slice toaster there, and those are some of my serving dishes. There's a box of fancy dishes, like serving stuff, my buffet warmer, some more of those trays, some more canning things, my dehydrator, and this tub is all full of serving trays and stuff. So I'm not going to organize this today, but I'm going to take out what I can reach, what I can do, and I'm going to quickly wash those up and have them ready and presentable. So when it gets closer to Saturday, they'll be fresh as a daisy. So I'll bring you back when they're all up and washed up. Alright guys, I got up the first load. I don't know if I'm going to do it all today, but I'm getting some of this stuff done because I like to let it air dry and things like that. So I'll just briefly go over. Here's some of the dishes I've had for years and years and years and years. I use for pickles and cranberries, and they go on all the tables. So, yeah. These plates were my husband's great-grandmother's. We only have 3 of them. But I only bring them out on special occasions. Just it makes me feel like she's part of this meal too, or whenever we're celebrating something. So those only come out on special occasions. And underneath is my turkey roaster I've had for years and years and years. This I used to just use for my dill carrots, like my carrot terrine. But since we have such a big crew, I think I'm going to use this for like cranberries or coleslaw or something like that. I don't know, something. But that's not big enough for the carrots we're cooking for Thanksgiving. Here's just one of those little heater buffer things. We could use that for some veggies or something. These I got at the Atlantic Superstore a few years ago. Way marked down. I forget what they were, but I use these. I fill them up with ice water and put them on all the tables. Here's some of the wine carafes that I have. Yep. And these are from like Subway or something like that. My husband goes to a lot of meetings and stuff, and sometimes he brings home the leftover food. And I'll keep these trays and use them a few times before I recycle them. But they come in handy when, you know, if we have a dessert, a pie, I can just put the cover on, like the pie and that, put the cover on it and stick it away without anything, you know, touching it or falling on it or anything like that. Here's one of my punch bowls. I got another one I got to dig out, but I think the Halloween one's up in the attic, so I'll take that out and rinse it off. Here's a few trays. There's a deviled egg one. And I like cheesy, tacky stuff, guys. I know I can buy whole sets of really fancy stuff, but I like stuff like this. I really do. Everything has its own personality and character. It doesn't always have to be matching. I've seen people, I go to houses, I have relatives that do that, and it looks beautiful. I just don't have that skill, and I've learned to embrace and thrive in mismatched patch quilt kind of living. You know what I'm saying? So, here's our flatware, cutlery. My mother-in-law gave that to us when we bought our house where my daughter lives now, that first Christmas, I think. And we've used it ever since, and I only bring it out when we have, you know, big family gatherings and things. So I'm going to wash these up. I'm going to air dry the decanters and water thing. I'm just going to turn them upside down because I don't want to get fuzzies or anything from dish towels in there. And then I'm going to put this stuff out on the dining room table just so it, you know, it's out of my kitchen way, because I got enough crap up in here. Alright guys, everything's all washed up and wiped down, and I just put a couple of clean bath towels on the table. So there we go. I certainly got lots more to do, but that's all I'm going to do for now. I can't say if I'll do more today or what, but... And I added this tablecloth. Isn't that purty? The kids will be excited. It's just adding something new, as if my kitchen isn't busy enough. But it'll just be there for, I mean, if I'm rolling out dough and stuff, I'll take it off. But I can still wipe that down. It's just a cheap Dollarama one, but it's all good. I shut this pork off because I'm going to taste the broth. I am going to cook this other soaky water. I know it looks nasty now, but I don't know whether I'll use it, but if I need to use it, it'll be ready to go. I did end up cutting up that other bit of cabbage and sticking it in there. I just go over every, I don't know, 15 minutes and push it down under the water, so it's all good. So I'm just going to get a spoon. The broth that the meat's been cooking in isn't raw anymore, of course. It's been cooking for a little over an hour. And I'm just going to taste it. It was hot. Ooh, burn my... Oh, I don't want to double dip. Ooh. I think I burnt my tongue that I can't even taste it. Let's try this again. Just blowing on it. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. It's salty, but it's not overpowering saltiness, but yeah, I'm gonna end up having to add some more liquid to this, so I'm glad I saved that water over there. And I'm gonna leave this off for a little while because it's just noon, and we'll start adding vegetables to this around 2 o'clock or so, but this should be good. I'll just put it on low. It's still piping hot now, but just so, oh, my tongue, my poor tongue. Okay, I'm gonna just start doing some of the regular household stuff. I have laundry in the wash, clothes out on the line, laundry to fold, and a baby to feed. So I'll be back. Oh, I just remembered I gotta go unplug that car battery. So I just thought I'd take you outside to see the beautiful weather. It's cool out, but it's nice. We had the fire going a little bit last night. It's a nice breezy Nova Scotian day. Beautiful. See all the leaves on the ground? There's still a million on the trees, but yeah, there's lots on the ground. Anyways, my dad was out yesterday and pumped up some tires on my son's car. He's not 16 yet, but he'll have a car. It was my dad's old one. Ooh, it's dark in here. We've got our four-wheelers. Now he said, our record player over there. We like to come out here and listen to records. Okay. There's one. There's one. All unplugged. I'll just unplug the charger too, so no sense of wasting electricity, right? So, alright. Now I'm gonna go feed Mr. Mays, and I'm gonna take a load off for a few minutes because, let me lock the door here. Yeah, take a load off for a few minutes. The kids will be home around 20 to 3, but at least I got supper, the majority of it done. Now I just need to cook the vegetables, but that's not too bad. Planning ahead. It's all about planning. Alright guys, it's almost 2 o'clock. I thought I'll start putting some vegetables in to boil. I might have this all done before I have to spin in and pick up the babies, and I could drop a dish off to my dad. If not, I'll drop it off tomorrow. It's not a big deal. Because I know it won't all be eaten tonight. My husband's not home, and he really likes this kind of meal too. Myself, I'm not a big fan of the salt pork riblets. I like the vegetables because they're seasoned well and whatnot. So that boiled down quite a bit, if you can see. Mays, Quentin, you leave that alone. It's over there dealing with that tablecloth. This is that other not bone broth. Well, I'm gonna add some of that because I need some more liquid in there. There's not much left. So whatever vegetables I don't cook today, I'm leaving that meat right in there. It's fine. It's fine. You can take the meat out and cook the vegetables separate, but it's fine. If anything, it's just going to fall off the bone, which is already half off the bone now. So I'm going to add as many vegetables to this as I possibly can squeeze in this pot. Alright, well, if I had been thinking I would have used my water bath canner as the big pot, but I'm not, and I didn't feel like unloading it. So this has the meat and a whole bunch of vegetables in it. This has the leftover vegetables, and I put a little bit of kosher salt in it just so I'm going to boil it. It'll be all cooked. So when we start fishing the food out on the plates, there'll be lots of broth left over, and I'll scoop out the vegetables that are in the water bath canner, not with the liquid that's in there, and I'll just drop it in there, or so it'll replenish the broth, I guess, because as I was saying, I don't really care for the salt pork, and neither do my girls. It's the boys for some reason that like all the meat and the vegetables together. So the vegetables seem to get eaten up faster than the meat, to be honest. So I'll be able to replenish it, and we'll be eating this for the next couple of days. I don't think I'll have to cook any really great big meals until after Thanksgiving, and even after that I'll have leftover of Thanksgiving. But yesterday I made goulash for supper. There's a little bit of that left. Maze and I had the leftover meatloaf from the other day today for lunch. And then we'll have this for the next couple of days. And whatever's, the remnants of a little bit of this, a little bit of that in the fridge that I make over the next couple of days or two, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not cooking any more big meals because I still got tons of stuff, other things that I need to make. So yeah, I'll bring you back when this is, you know, nice and juicy. Well, my kids are home from school, and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's good. Good. All right. Well, it's almost 4 o'clock, so I have the burners. The vegetables are all cooked and whatever. There's the pot with the extra vegetables, so it's good. It's good. So when those girls come in from playing, they came home about an hour ago, but they've been outside playing. I'll start serving up some supper, and I'll bring you back. Well, there's my son's plate. He likes it with a splash of vinegar on it. Not everybody eats it that way, but he does. Doesn't that just match my tablecloth? I'll be right back, Obe. Well, the girls just wanted me to come out and see the leaf pile they made. After school fun. It's that time of year. Mally was out earlier, but she came in. Wow, that is a big pile. This is part of Thanksgiving prep, isn't it? Ah. Don't get it all in your hair.
We'll splash that off and get it all.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get your supper out in a little while. I'm gonna... Here's a plate for my dad. I'm about to go get the baby, so I'm going to drop a plate off to him. You can have it for lunch tomorrow. One baby down. Alright, I just dropped Dad's boiled dinner off to him. Now off to get baby number 2. Now I gotta get gas. Fun. Okay guys, I just called the girls in for the evening. It's just a little after 7. But I thought I'd come and say good night to you all. I'm going to take a turkey out of the deep freezer before I go to bed tonight, after I watch a couple episodes of American Horror Story, and defrost it, because it's going to take a while to defrost. I'll take the second one out tomorrow. Yeah, see the leaves on the ground. There's still lots up there for us to enjoy. Anyways, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day. I'm going to bring you along, and it'll be some more Thanksgiving prep. But I'm going to cut it off now, so when I bring the babies up to bed, which is just in a minute, and the girls ready for bed in a little while, I can go up and edit this video. So, thanks for hanging out with me today. It wasn't a whole lot of prep, but you seen how I made boiled dinner. I got some of the dishes ready. And you've seen the progress I made yesterday moving the couches and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, peace, love, and happiness. And stay tuned for tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a good evening.